So I had one more little news thing to share this week, and I don't know too much about it because it's pretty preliminary and it's just kind of a thing. So the Solar Orbiter, which is ESA and NASA, more ESA really is the operational. They got some pictures back basically, and it's really exciting because these are the highest resolution and the closest, and maybe not highest resolution yet, but the closest a camera has actually ever got to the sun. I think it was only, if I remember right, 77 million kilometers away, which sounds still like a long ways away, but for pointing a camera at the sun, that's pretty, 48 million miles. So I think that's about 77 million kilometers or around there. Took pictures of the freaking sun, but what happened is, they've kind of done, there's a whole suite of instruments, like a dozen or so instruments on board this thing, and they've been kind of checking them all out, calibrating them, make sure they're all good to go. And this is the first time that they basically turned on everything and let it run and got the images back and the results back. And they're already very exciting. They're seeing what they're calling little campfires, like mini like solar flares all over the surface. So they're just learning more and more about the kind of the atmosphere of the sun, how it works. If we study this type of stuff, getting better resolution, I mean, you never know what we can learn from this type of stuff. It's one of those things where you don't know until you know. So who knows? It might even have something, for fusion, because that's basically what the sun is. It's just a giant fusion reactor. So studying the plasma, studying the waves and all, how it all interacts might end up, kickstarting someone's thought process on like how to actually make that more viable here on Earth.
I could see a comic strip or kind of a meme of a guy, like all these scientists, all this money being spent on like, doing fusion, trying to figure out nuclear fusion and all that. And there's a guy like, looking up at the sun, pointing at a solar panel, like, we've already got it. It's right there. It's like,
I'm fusion here. I'm doing it. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't need to solve it here. It's right there. Okay.
Yeah. In a sense, absolutely.
It's already good.
Yeah, seriously. I just thought that was kind of cool. I mean, I just like seeing, seeing results coming back from something that it just launched last year, if I remember right, and to already start seeing preliminary stuff like this, and it's the beginning of a beautiful study of our closest star.
+1 for Tim, bringing up an astronomy bit.
Weird, right? Kind of astronomy. I mean, yeah, you're right.
You're normally all space flight. You're like planets, stars, whatever.
I'm sure I messed something up in it and called it a star, and it's actually like a spelunking star. I don't know, or something.
Isn't it a white dwarf? Is that right?
The sun?
Yeah.
No, it's a red M-class star, I believe.
There you go. I knew Joe would know that.
It's bright.
So this is the ESA mission. There's also the Parker Solar Probe.
Yeah, there's that too.
Yeah, I was looking it up, and I'm not seeing a simple answer here. But I was curious if it has already started observations or if it's still kind of getting settled into its orbit. I think it's kind of a little bit of both.
Yeah. Yep. It's done. It keeps lowering its closest approach to the sun by using Venus gravity assists.
Yeah.
And each one of those, it takes like a year and a half or whatever, or something crazy to, to do that every time or something. So it'll be a while before it gets down to its closest. But I think every time it doesn't approach it, it's doing some kind of, sensing and doing some science. So.
Yeah. This is from 6 days ago. It says that it, on July 11th, it will perform its first outbound flyby of Venus, passing approximately 516 miles above the surface.
Whoa.
Holy cow.
That is close.
How do they navigate it that accurately? That stuff just like, blows my mind.
What landed on Venus? Messenger or something?
No, there's been like Venera. Was that
Was it? Yeah, the Russian.
A bunch of Russian ones.
Yeah.
And one that famously measured the density of its own lens cap. Once it got to the surface of Venus, it went all the way to Venus just to measure its lens cap. Have you guys heard about that? So it had this probe that was supposed to just, push down in the dirt and feel how firm because spacecraft on Venus lasts like maybe 5 minutes because it's like horrible. It's just like the most horrendous place to operate any kind of electronics or any kind of anything basically. And so its main objective was like to measure how dense the ground was. and it just had this like probe that was just going to go bump. But unfortunately, when it landed, it popped off lens caps for the cameras. And all that ended up happening is the probe cord is poked right down on the lens cap and measured the density of the lens cap.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Messenger was for Mercury. That was what I was thinking of.
Yeah. And I think the U.S. has sent a couple to Venus too. I know Peter Beck really wants to send something to Venus. Oh, and we actually got pictures of the Hypercurie engine. Maybe we'll talk about that next week.
Oh, there's been a lot. Huh.
Yeah. I think that was actually, we did Venus before Mars, if I remember right. Like our first interplanetary missions.
Let's see what Earth will look like if we keep down this trajectory. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think we knew that before we started studying them up close. Then we realized, holy cow, basically like Venus is Earth in, 500 or 1,000 years or something or whatever. Maybe way longer than that.
5 years.
Yeah. and Mars is what Earth was, or whatever. Or wait. No, and then Mars is what Earth is. I don't know. Whatever. Insert right answer.
They went in different directions anyway.
Yeah. There we go. Two different analogs, basically.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this clip from our show. If that's just not enough for you and you want to watch the full episode, you can go to olfpod.com/YT.
And if you want more from us, you can consider becoming a Patreon member. You'll get early access to episodes. You can join our awesome community. You can actually watch us record live and get your name in the credits by going to olfpod.com/Patreon.
So thanks everyone for watching. Check back every Friday for new clips here and new episodes on the main channel.
Thanks, everybody.